Therefore, my beloved, just as you have always obeyed me, not only in my presence, but much more now in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Philippians 2:12. The video listed here in red is the symptoms for which this video is part of the correction. It can be found on the DIY with Dave channel. So this is the right side lower control arm. You see that bushing there is starting to tear a little bit, and this ball joint right here is starting to crack. So those two need to be replaced. So I'm going to go ahead and replace the whole arm rather than trying to deal with those individually. So to take the lower control arm out, first I took this bolt out. This is a 55 T55 Torx bit that you'll need if you don't have one. And so that's the first step. And next you'll need to take the stabilizer link loose, and I did put a little heat on that nut to get it loose. I had replaced this once before, so it's still, the threads are still decent. And so that will come out. There's a 13 millimeter nut on the top and on the bottom, so provided it's not rusted too bad, you should be able to get that out. So next we need to go after this castle nut that's on down here in this space. So unfortunately you can't get a ratchet in there. You have to do it with a wrench. You have to take the cotter pin out, take that off, and then again you can pound on this thing and pry this down so that it will pop loose. And that nut does take a 18 millimeter wrench to get it off. And then the last thing we have is this these bolts right here, and one side is 18 and the other side is 21. So if we take those out, then the lower control arm will come out and can be replaced. Alright, so I ended up using the pickle fork to separate the ball joint there. I wasn't able to get it by just hammering on that joint. Didn't really have enough leverage to push it down. So, but the pickle fork worked. Just drove it in there. I'm replacing the ball joint anyway, so just wanted to make that correction. So I've got the new control arm, lower control arm, installed here. The torque specs on the forward bolt are 92 foot-pounds, and it's the same for the rear bolt over there, 92 foot-pounds. And then this castle nut down there is says it's 22 foot-pounds plus 120 degrees. Obviously you're not going to get a normal torque wrench in there, so I'm probably just going to tighten it up good and snug, and then try to go, or roughly 22 foot-pounds worth of force, and then rotate it 120 degrees, just slightly less than one half a turn, and line up the cotter pin and call it good.